Good evening and welcome to Friday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Haiti. Attacks flared on Haiti's capital Port-au-Prince on Thursday as political groups appear to get nearer to finalizing a transition council set to take over from an absent government, including a shootout which left another gang leader dead. A police operation killed the head of the Delmas 95 gang, Ernest Julum, known as Tigreg, a day after another gang leader was killed in an apparent resurgence of a vigilante justice movement. Police and sources confirmed. A member of gang leader Jimmy Barbecue Sherezer's Viv Asanam alliance, Julum's death marks a setback for gangs moved to take over more parts of the city. Julum had recently escaped from Haiti's largest prison in a mass jailbreak. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres welcomed reports that political groups had selected all members of the Transitional Council set to assume presidential powers ahead of future elections, a UN spokesperson said. The council, intended to bring together Haiti's fractured political class, is mandated with appointing a replacement to de facto Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who announced his resignation on March 11 as gang violence prevented his return into the country. The council will also wield certain presidential powers until elections can be held. As the council seemed to be near completion, heavy gunfire was heard on Thursday near the National Palace off the Camp Mars Square in downtown Port-au-Prince, while people fled fresh shootings in the capital's Pétionville suburb. On Wednesday, suspected gang members in Pétionville, which has been under attack over recent days, were killed and set on fire, including one leader known as Makandal, in what appeared to be a resurgence of a civilian vigilante movement known as Bokal. The UN and other international bodies and embassies have been evacuating staff and other foreigners by helicopter because Haiti's main airport is not secure. The U.S. government on Thursday organized the departure of 90 U.S. citizens from Haiti's northern city and Cap-Haitian to Miami, as well as from Port-au-Prince to the Dominican Republic. In addition to 70, it has flown out since Sunday. While in Jamaica, weighing in on the raging debates surrounding the recent Privy Council quashing of a DJ Vibes Cartel Parma's murder conviction, former Prime Minister Patterson and his colleague, King's Counsel Hugh Small, said the decision taken to proceed with the trial after the jury tampering incident was not merely a risk but a fatal error. The two senior lawyers said the fatal error would have rendered any final verdict unacceptable in accordance with the tenets of justice and a local court of appeal decision in 1983. The lawyers were highlighting the 1983 case in which the Court of Appeal had ordered a retrial and discharged the jury after one of the jurors was found to be unsuitable due to bias, said it was regrettable that ruling was never brought to the presiding judge in the cartel matter at the Supreme Court or the judges who dealt with the initial appeal. The case in question was a liable matter involving the Gleaner and John Hearn versus former Prime Minister Michael Manley. However, 3 weeks into the trial, the judge discharged the foreman after evidence was produced indicating that he was employed to the National Workers' Union when Manley was the island supervisor. Since the decision by the Privy Council, debate was raging over whether the DPP had blundered by making the recommendation or whether the judge had erred in accepting the recommendation or was aware that the court should have discharged the entire jury and ordered a retrial. Finally, news from the Bahamas. An American tourist was killed in a boating accident in the Bahamas on Wednesday. Police reported the 67-year-old man was participating in a diving excursion along with family members at Winding Bay, Loteria, when he was reportedly struck by a boat around 4:25 p.m. Quote-unquote, the male was severely injured to the upper body and was retrieved from the water where CPR was administered until the arrival of the doctor, who examined the victim and confirmed no signs of life, end of quote. The Royal Bahamas Police Force said in a statement. Police did not say whether any arrests were made in connection with the incident. That's all for your regional news. I'm Daisy Richards. Thank you for watching. Until next time.